Welcome to our Hong Kong Brief program. Today, we have a lineup of intriguing stories that you won't want to miss. First up, India's Yes Bank is on the market, and the State Bank of India is looking to sell its 24% stake. With foreign buyers showing interest, who will step in to take over this $10 billion lender? Stay tuned as we delve into the details of this potential game-changer for the Indian banking sector. Next, Hong Kong stocks have taken a hit as concerns about China's slowing economic growth spook investors. Major investment banks have downgraded their GDP forecasts for China, and tech giants like Baidu, Alibaba, and Tencent are also feeling the pinch. We'll explore the factors contributing to this market slump and what it means for the future. Lastly, the West Kowloon Cultural District Authority is sounding the alarm over its financial situation, with only a year's worth of funding left. The authority is seeking government support and more flexible funding options, but with the city's legislature on summer recess, will they get the help they need in time? We'll bring you the latest updates on this pressing issue. Please stay tuned for more detailed coverage on these stories. Reuters breaking views: India's rescued Yes Bank is now a prime candidate for new ownership, potentially offering substantial returns for its 2020 saviors led by the State Bank of India. With a $10 billion valuation, the bank could attract strong global players, following the example of Singapore's DBS. However, patience is crucial for success in India's competitive banking sector, which has already seen exits from ABN AMRO, RBS, and Citi due to high compliance costs and fierce competition. Currently, foreign lenders hold just 3% of outstanding bank loans in India. Yes Bank has demonstrated resilience, shedding bad assets and growing its loan book by 22% since its bailout. The bank's shares are trading at twice the price SBI paid in 2020, suggesting a lucrative exit opportunity. If a dedicated owner steps in, Yes Bank could see its valuation soar, potentially trading at 3 times its book value, up from the current multiple of 2. South China Morning Post: Hong Kong stocks took a hit on Tuesday as China's bleak economic outlook dampened investor sentiment. The Hang Seng Index dropped 1.3% to 17,786.72, with the Hang Seng Tech Index declining by 1.4%. Major investment banks have downgraded their GDP forecasts for China due to weak growth momentum, exacerbated by the ongoing housing crisis. Barclays, Goldman Sachs, and J.P. Morgan have all trimmed their projections, citing concerns over Beijing's stalled plans to complete millions of unfinished homes. Notable declines included Orient Overseas International, Trip.com, and sportswear brands Li Ning and Anta Sports. Meanwhile, tech giants Baidu, Alibaba, and Tencent also saw their shares fall. The U.S. Federal Reserve's optimistic comments on inflation have led traders to anticipate a potential rate cut, spurring activity in the bond market. Hong Kong's government is also eyeing a green bond offering, while other major Asian markets showed mixed results, with Japan's Nikkei 225 rising 0.4%. South China Morning Post: As the summer recess of Hong Kong's Legislative Council looms, the West Kowloon Cultural District Authority, WKCDA, is urging the government to back its financial aid proposal. Paolo Pongkinyi, a WKCDA board member, emphasized the need for flexibility in funding to enhance the district's cultural vitality and international reach. The authority had submitted a proposal to sell land to the Culture, Sports and Tourism Bureau in March last year, but discussions have been delayed. WKCDA Chairman Henry Tang Ingyen warned that without government support, the district might have to close its museums for 2 days a week or reduce the opening days of its Cantonese Opera Center. Despite recent financial improvements, the arts hub still faces a significant deficit. Pong highlighted the importance of the district in fostering cultural exchange and supporting Hong Kong's bid to become a global cultural hub, stressing that with sufficient time and policy support, the WKCDA could achieve self-financing and contribute to the Greater Bay Area's integration. South China Morning Post. Ever since master watchmaker Jean-Marc Vacheron crafted his first timepiece in 1755, Vacheron Constantin has epitomized unparalleled craftsmanship. This legacy was recently showcased in Hong Kong at the Arts Pavilion within the West Kowloon Cultural District, where the Swiss luxury watchmaker presented The Pleats of Time, a creative collaboration with I Ching In. The exhibition featured two unique timepieces, created in partnership with the French-Chinese haute couture designer I Ching In. The highlight was The Pleats of Time, a masterpiece that fuses fine watchmaking with haute couture and haute perfumery. The dial, adorned with lilac mother-of-pearl and silk thread pleats, is encircled by gold pearls and diamonds. The watch's calfskin leather strap, designed by In, contains nano-capsules of a unique fragrance by master perfumer Dominique Ropian, released gradually with wrist movements. The exhibition also featured Yin's famed infinity dress and an olfactory experience that allowed guests to sample scents like lavender and myrrh. Visitors explored Vacheron Constantin's historical pieces, including a 1838 yellow gold pendant watch and a 1929 Art Deco pocket watch, as well as the Edgery Lounge, which displayed the limited edition Edgery Moon Phase. South China Morning Post. Longines, a brand synonymous with refined, versatile, and accessible luxury, continues to captivate watch enthusiasts with its Conquest series. Celebrating its 70th anniversary, the Conquest collection has been expanded with new models and innovations. The 2024 release introduces additional sizes, 30mm and 38mm, alongside the existing 34mm, catering to various wrist sizes and style preferences. The 34mm model now boasts new dial colors like sage green, sky blue, and flamingo pink, while the 38mm version features striking silver, green, blue, black, or champagne sunray finishes. The 42mm chronograph version also gets new blue and green colorways with matching subdials and ceramic tachymetric bezels. To highlight the versatility of these timepieces, Longines launched the A Life in a Day campaign, featuring ambassadors like Chinese superstar Zhao Liying, South Korean actress Suzy, and model Barbara Palvin. The campaign offers an insider's look at how these women wear their Conquest watches through various daily activities, from power lunches to black tie events. This fusion of modern innovations and enduring design ensures Longines' legacy of quiet luxury continues for another 70 years. South China Morning Post. Rolex's commitment to marine protection is exemplified through its Perpetual Planet initiative, a program supporting environmental preservation and human exploration. This initiative, born from Rolex's long-standing partnership with the National Geographic Society and Mission Blue, focuses on identifying and protecting hope spots, critical ocean ecosystems. Marine biologist Ben Fitzpatrick, a passionate advocate for Western Australia's Ningaloo Coast and Exmouth Gulf, successfully campaigned for the area to receive Hope Spot status in 2019. The Ningaloo Reef, a UNESCO World Heritage Site, and the adjacent Exmouth Gulf, known as Ningaloo's Nursery, host a rich biodiversity including humpback whales, whale sharks, and manta rays. The Gulf, home to the world's largest population of nursing humpback whales, offers a safe haven for these creatures to nurse their calves before migrating to Antarctica. With support from the Rolex Perpetual Planet initiative, Fitzpatrick and his team are expanding their research to further protect this vital marine habitat. Despite its ecological significance, the Gulf remains largely undiscovered by tourists, making its protection even more critical for the future. South China Morning Post. It is a marvel that Olympic athletes manage to get any sleep at all, given the monumental pressure they face and the dire warnings about the consequences of inadequate rest. A 2023 study involving 122 athletes found that sleeping less than 8 hours a night increased the risk of injury by a staggering 65%. Anna West, a sleep and recovery specialist who works with English Premier League clubs like Arsenal and Brentford, notes that over the past 8 years, there's been a heightened focus on the critical link between quality sleep and elite sports performance. This has led to increased anxiety among athletes about their sleep habits. Many have turned to sleeping pills, with some, like Australian Olympic champion swimmer Grant Hackett, even revealing dependencies. The Australian Olympic Committee banned its athletes from using sleep medication by the 2016 Rio Olympics, a move that was met with mixed reactions. The upcoming Paris Olympics are already causing sleep-related concerns, particularly due to the lack of air conditioning in the Olympic Village. Gregory Koenig, coach of Hong Kong fencer Kowloon, plans to use local contacts to install air conditioning if necessary. West emphasizes that while athletes can endure a bad night of sleep, the fear and anxiety surrounding sleep can be more detrimental than the lack of sleep itself. For instance, British trampolinist Bryony Page recalled sleeping only 2 hours before winning a silver medal at the Rio Olympics. Sleep expert Richard Swinburne highlights that the body is a survival machine capable of performing under stress, as demonstrated by athletes like Roger Federer and Usain Bolt, who prioritized sleep as part of their training regimen. West advises athletes to optimize their sleep within their unique frameworks and not to rely blindly on data from sleep tracking devices, which can sometimes exacerbate anxiety without addressing the root causes of sleep issues. South China Morning Post. Johnson Controls International, an American energy management firm, is doubling down on its investments in China despite a prolonged property downturn that has impacted sales. The company, which provides energy management products and services for buildings, plans to continue upgrading its manufacturing facilities in China to meet the growing demand in high-growth sectors like data centers. CEO George Oliver explained that Johnson Controls is reinvesting millions annually to automate and enhance their facilities, capitalizing on current market trends. The company operates in over 150 nations and has a significant presence in China with 10 production plants and 3 research and development centers. The rise of artificial intelligence is driving a substantial increase in demand for data storage, which in turn is boosting the market for advanced cooling systems. The global market for such systems could exceed $9 billion by 2027, with liquid cooling systems projected to see significant adoption. These systems are more energy efficient compared to traditional air cooling and are essential for data centers striving to meet ambitious climate goals while expanding their capacity. Johnson Controls is also targeting other fast-growing markets like semiconductor and electric vehicle manufacturing to offset weaker sales in China's real estate market. The company reported a 24% year-on-year decline in sales for its building solutions in Asia-Pacific for the 6 months ending in March, contrasting with growth in North America, Europe, the Middle East, Africa, and Latin America. Despite these challenges, Johnson Controls remains committed to its long-term strategy in China, aiming to leverage its expertise in energy management to tap into burgeoning industries. South China Morning Post. Hong Kong swimmer Natalie Kinshuk-tung is gearing up for her Olympic debut in Paris, but she still has a demanding week of training ahead. Competing in the Hong Kong Open Swimming Championships, Ken finished second in the 100 meters butterfly and participated in the 100 meters freestyle heats the following day. She is set to represent Hong Kong in the 4x100 meters medley relay and the 4x100 meters freestyle in Paris. Despite the rigorous training at the Hong Kong Sports Institute, Ken finds joy in reuniting with her teammates. She contrasts this with her experience in Michigan, where she studies sports management and trains as a student athlete. Ken has already made her mark, winning 3 bronze medals in relay events at the Asian Games and setting a national record in the 4x100 meters medley relay. Her personal best in the 100 meters butterfly is 59.55 seconds, achieved at the Asian Games, while her fastest freestyle time is 56.42 seconds. Although Hong Kong's chances of medaling in the relays are slim, especially against powerhouses like Australia, Ken remains optimistic and focused. After the Olympics, she plans to return to the United States for further training, aiming to qualify for the World Championships next year. South China Morning Post, the universal frustration of a lost memory, especially one that can't be solved by a quick Google search, is vividly captured in the podcast episode The Case of the Missing Hit from Reply All. This episode delves into the peculiar case of American filmmaker Tyler Gillett, who was haunted by a 1990s song that he could remember almost perfectly but that no one else seemed to recall. His quest to find this elusive track is a captivating journey that resonates with anyone who has ever had an earworm they couldn't identify. The episode's nostalgic dive into 90s music and its exploration of the Mandela effect, where a collective misremembering of facts occurs, make it a must-listen. Reply All, known for its deep dives into internet culture, ran from 2014 to 2022 and remains a significant presence in tech podcast charts worldwide. South China Morning Post, China's dominance in the global lithium-ion battery market is set to continue, despite higher tariffs imposed by the US and Europe on Chinese electric vehicles, EVs. According to Rystad Energy, China's production will exceed 1,000 GWh this year out of a global total of 1,500 GWh. To mitigate tariff impacts, Chinese manufacturers are shifting production bases to countries with favorable policies, such as those in Southeast Asia and Brazil. This strategic move aims to diversify trade relationships and maintain competitiveness. Chinese companies are also expanding into Australia, with plans to sell right-hand drive vehicles. The global demand for EVs and energy storage systems is projected to grow at a compounded annual rate of 20% from 2023 to 2030. Despite increased tariffs, China's export of lithium-ion batteries surged to $65 billion in 2023, capturing over 70% of the global market share. This growth is bolstered by significant investments in overseas production facilities, covering everything from raw material mining to battery recycling. South China Morning Post, during the COVID-19 pandemic, Singaporean architect Cliff Tan transformed his TikTok presence from 50 followers to a staggering 100,000 in just 2 weeks, thanks to his engaging videos on feng shui. Today, Tan boasts millions of followers across TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube, where he shares his expertise on arranging spaces to promote health and harmony. Tan's rapid rise to social media fame is attributed to his relatable and humorous videos that demystify feng shui principles. His content includes practical tips like avoiding clutter, using indirect lighting, and placing furniture to enhance positive energy flow. Tan's grandfather, a feng shui practitioner, inspired him, and now Tan runs his own practice, Design Modern. His book Feng Shui Modern offers a practical guide to creating harmonious homes. Tan's consultations are in high demand, booked months in advance, and his influence spans globally, helping people create spaces that foster well-being and positive energy. South China Morning Post. China is further opening its $8.4 trillion stock market by offering more options to global investors. 85 new exchange-traded funds, ETFs, tracking mainland equities are set to become available through the cross-border trading channel for offshore funds next week. ETFs, which pool together a basket of securities and aim to offer returns that mirror the underlying market, are increasingly popular in Asia, especially among retail investors. Mainland China is one of the fastest-growing markets in the region, with annual inflows to China ETFs surging almost five-fold over the past 3 years, bringing their total assets under management, AUM, to 1.82 trillion yuan, $261 billion, by the end of 2023. The ETF Connect program, part of the Mutual Market Access Scheme launched a decade ago, allows investors on both sides to trade designated stocks in each other's markets, enhancing connectivity and expanding cross-border investment channels. Initially starting with the Shanghai-Hong Kong Stock Connect in 2014, the program has broadened over the years to include the Shenzhen Leg, Bond Connect, and Wealth Management Connect. ETFs were added as eligible securities on July 4, 2022. The northbound trading arrangements for ETFs follow the same rules as shares under the scheme, with trading conducted in yuan and subject to a daily quota of 52 billion yuan for each of the Shanghai and Shenzhen channels. The onshore ETFs eligible for northbound investors must meet criteria such as demonstrating daily average assets under management of at least 500 million yuan over the previous 6 months, being listed for over 6 months, and having at least 60% of its benchmark index weighting made up of stocks eligible for Stock Connect northbound trading. Some of China's biggest broad-based ETF products tracking the CSI 300 index are open to international investors via the northbound channel, with around 140 eligible ETFs currently in the scheme, expanding to 225 after the latest inclusions. South China Morning Post. Alec Baldwin will not face jail time for Helena Hutchins' death on the set of Rust, as the Hollywood star's involuntary manslaughter trial has been dismissed over hidden evidence. The 66-year-old actor broke down in tears as a New Mexico judge dismissed his case, with Baldwin expressing gratitude on Instagram for the support he received. In October 2021, Baldwin was practicing with a revolver on the set of Rust when a live bullet went off, killing the movie's cinematographer. This is the second time Baldwin's case has been dismissed since the shooting, with the dismissal coming after Baldwin's lawyers alleged that police and prosecutors had hidden evidence, including a batch of bullets integral to the case. The judge ruled that the state's withholding of information was intentional and deliberate, making it impossible to right the wrong. Baldwin, known for his roles in SNL and 30 Rock, is thought to be worth $70 million and had his case dismissed with the help of his lawyer, Alex Spiro. Spiro, a Harvard Law School graduate, is a partner at Quinn Emanuel Trial Lawyers and has represented high-profile clients such as Elon Musk, Mick Jagger, Jay-Z, and Naomi Osaka. With the trial now over, Baldwin is working on a new reality TV series with his family called The Baldwins, slated for release in 2025. Filming for Rust has resumed in Montana and will be released in the future. South China Morning Post. Mel C and her new boyfriend Chris Dingwall are hard launching their relationship, going public together at Glastonbury in late June and later seen cozying up at Wimbledon. Initially named a mystery man by various outlets, Dingwall is an Australian native based in Sydney, working as a writer, director, and model. He has worked for agencies like Ford and Chadwick and posed for brands such as The North Face and Ether Apparel. Dingwall enjoys a jet-setting lifestyle, as evidenced by his Instagram, which features photos from global destinations like Oman, Bali, California, and Armenia. The couple reportedly became inseparable during Mel C's recent tour in Australia, with her making multiple trips down under for her DJ tour and a 3-week stint in April. Mel C, who has dated high-profile stars such as Robbie Williams and Anthony Kiedis, has a daughter named Scarlett Starr with ex-Thomas Starr. Despite her high-profile relationships, Mel C has never wanted to marry, considering it an old-fashioned notion. She remains focused on being the best for her daughter, who she describes as her best friend and someone on her own path. Thank you for tuning in. The content above showcases the latest briefing reports and analytical synopses, thoughtfully curated by the 6Do team. These insights stem from a wide array of reputable media outlets, think tanks, government sources, and specialized experts worldwide. We encourage you to explore these sources for a comprehensive perspective. Keep in mind that while the content may not always align with the official standpoint of 6Do Brief, it's not meant to be taken as absolute directives for decision-making. Comprising seasoned media professionals, learned scholars, and accomplished scientists, the 6Do team embodies a trailblazing, fully independent media entity. To customize 6Do Brief to meet your professional needs, you have the option to subscribe to a diverse array of briefings on our website, 6dobrief.com. Regardless of your location, you can conveniently receive 6Do Brief via email.
Got a book so big and bright, open it and take a flight. Learn about the stars and see everything is here for me. Flip the pages one by one, knowledge under the sun. From dinosaurs to galaxies, a world of endless mysteries. Encyclopedia, yay! Facts and fun all day. From A to Z, let's see. Curious minds run free. Jump into the pages deep. Secrets that you want to keep. Time will fly and you will find magic lies in every line. Animals and history, science full of mystery. Gotta read and gotta know. Watch our minds all start to grow. Encyclopedia, yay! Facts and fun all day. From A to Z, let's see. Curious minds run free, yeah. Jump into the pages deep. Secrets that you want to keep. Time will fly and you will find magic lies in every line. To run free line. Every line's run Animals and history, science full of mystery.